This week, Josh posted an announcement about a change of tokenomics and use cases for the Stuff token. This video will be entirely dedicated to that. Let's get into it and let's speculate. Okay, so here is the tweet. Major announcements, plural, coming next week for the Stuff token, including a structured burn of the entire 50% consume to earn supply. Going forward, CTE will be powered by product-driven tokenomics, the portion of every product sales used to buy stuff from the market, and a percentage of those tokens permanently burned. We're also unveiling plans for a dedicated Stuff Layer 2 and decentralized media storage solution, both powered by Stuff and sustained through ongoing product sales. This was only one sentence, wow. Best use of 280 characters. A lot to unpack here, so let's take it step by step. First of all, announcements, plural, coming next week. So, is it only this layer 2, this media storage solution, this consume to earn supply that will be burned? It's already 3 different things, so maybe that, maybe more things. Still waiting on top 5 publisher, top 10 publisher, and Josh mentioned in the last tech wrap-up that things will come this summer. Okay, we are almost in June, so hey, getting close. Okay, so let's take it one by one. So first of all, structured burn of the entire 50% consume to earn. Let's look into the white paper to check what was said about the token. So the token had this thing that the idea was, hey, you consume media, watch videos, listen to music, whatever, and you get rewarded for it. And the plan was to, they had 50% of the supply, 5 billion tokens, just reserved for that. So they're not on the market. They would have been distributed this way. So you see, this is 100 years with most like the highest emission at year 5. Token was released 2023, I believe. Yeah, July 2023 the sale, October 2023 the unlock. So I mean, I want to say we are year 2, but actually not really, because consume to earn didn't start, but whatever. So the idea was, hey, we start consume to earn, and as we scale up and you have more and more people, we give more and more tokens. So here they explained it's every 4 hours you would get a reward. So year 5 would be the highest. Actually year 6 here, with 54,000 tokens every 4 hours. So yeah, it's a lot, but hey, imagine they have those 1 million users this year, you divide that by 1 million and it's nothing. So it will be very hard to get tokens. Anyway, I'm not going to get into the details because this is out the window, sorry. So 5 billion tokens, hasta la vista baby, and they talk about a structured burn. Not sure. Why not just a burn? What is structured? If they're not in circulation, can't you just burn everything? Do they want to keep something? Do they want to change the allocation? Not sure. When it comes to the use cases, so the idea was, hey, the creator uses stuff to mint, which is the case at the moment with the self-publishing portal. And so that's the creator side, and the consumer, they receive those tokens. But it was not directly connected, because creator would basically give stuff to the company. To book and stuff.io, they would sell that on the open market to finance operations or keep some for marketing, something like that. So basically, why not use ADA, or USD directly? And then the consumer, they would receive tokens for reading and so on from a different pool. Yeah. So it was not really connected. But now that changes. So what is said here, that going forward, consume to earn, so this will still exist. You will still earn for consuming media. Will be powered by product-driven tokenomics. Basically, every time they sell something, a portion of the sales goes into buying stuff on the open market. and then this stuff is given as reward for consuming media, I assume, in general. Like not the exact media of that you bought, but in general. So this is interesting because we have the loop. And many questions, but like what will be the percentage? We know that at the moment 30% of the sale go into Stuff.io's pocket. So they have 30%. So do they use like just 10% to do consume to earn? Maybe. Hopefully it's sustainable. I hope they will not change their share. Like they're gonna take 40% now to pay for this. I don't think so, to be honest, because it's one of their value propositions. So, okay, they take X% from their share, basically, to buy on the open market. Please buy on centralized exchange, not on this decentralized exchange. I'm talking to book and stuff. Because if you do that, then the price on the DEX goes up, and then the arbitrage bot from the SEX is arbitraging and putting the price down. So I really hope they will buy on a centralized exchange. But hey, we'll see how they manage those details. So now we have to think, okay, actually how many stuff is sold by Stuff.io? I think we have it somewhere here. I'm not gonna look at the number of fungible tokens because it includes Charles and Beard, and most of this is Beard. So it's a very small amount per token. I'm gonna look at this rather. So these are NFTs. So all the collections together, and 325,000 is huge. So imagine all the money that went into there if 10% of that went to buy tokens and do consume to earn. And not only that, but also, so one is to buy stuff from the market, and the percentage of those tokens permanently burned. This is interesting. I mean, it's good pumpenomics, if I can say it like that. Yeah, definitely the crypto crowd will enjoy. But then, if you're a company that initially planned to be around for 100 years, disrupt the whole world. Sure, the Stuff token, I think you can divide it up to the 6th decimal place. So, it's not like we're gonna burn everything anytime soon. And when we do, we can really do very small fractions of the token, and then it will get very expensive, I guess. But still, it feels a bit weird. I have this feeling, but this is just my personal view. If you burn something, it means you didn't need it in the first place. So, I don't know. But hey, what's gonna happen is that the more people buy, the less tokens there will be in circulation. And as a reminder, so this top 5 publisher is supposed to bring in 60,000 books, some of which sell in the millions, because they have those big author names. But let's say, not even one book will sell millions. Let's just say, they all sell 50 copies. So 60,000 by 50 is 3 million. 3 million books. I don't know how much it's gonna cost, but let's say, I don't know, $1, or maybe 10 cents. 10 cents is used to buy stuff. So that's $300,000 by pressure, and then I don't know how much is gonna be burnt. So token-wise, they definitely know how to talk to the crypto crowd, because they're gonna gobble it up. Actually, if we look at the charts, it was on 21st that we had the announcement, and you had a nice candle plus 5%. Then another one the next day, probably same, I guess, plus 5. And then a whale decided to unload 1 million tokens. So then back to where we started. It's like there's no conviction on Stuff token. I guess maybe people are waiting to see, to get more information. Some people buy, some people think, okay, it's my last chance to get out. Maybe. So, okay, that was consume to earn. It's still gonna exist. It's still gonna bring in people. And all the use cases of the token, such as needed to mint, needed to access private groups, to tip the creators, buy merch. Apparently that was somewhere down the line. Or if you're a creator, to access analytics or advertise. All of these still exist, and they are very valid. It's a lot of use cases. Not all of them are released at the moment, but when it will really be a utility token. A lot of things to do with it. I had this theory that when consumed to earn, like before it was burned, that it would be great to give exposure to every user to the token. Because you read a book, maybe a book you even got for free. They do a lot of giveaways. And you get some token, and you're like, okay, what is this token? What can I do with it? And then you look at book and stuff, and you're like, wow, it's a big company. They have a lot of potential. I want exposure to that, so I'm gonna buy the token. And I feel like, literally, they have 1 million users, and they all do consume to earn. They'll have 1 million holders. Consume to earn will still exist, so they will still have 1 million holders. I just think we're gonna get less tokens, and I really wonder how the economics, like the prices, will change. Because if you get a lot of tokens, even if they are not worth much, at least you have a lot of them. But if you have consumed to earn and you're like, hey, cool, I got a 0.5 token for reading all day. It's not very rewarding. Yeah, it's psychological, but so I'm curious about that. Okay, so that was consume to earn. We changed the total supply. We're gonna burn even more. Structured burn, I'm not sure what they mean. Do they mean that they're gonna actually burn from this consume to earn? Like they're gonna buy from the market, but at the same time burn from this consume to earn? I don't know. I'm really skeptical about this structured burn. Like, why is it structured? We don't have access to it. If we never have access to it, let's just get rid of it. Unless they have something, in the back pocket, like, hey, have this top 5 publisher, they need a shit ton of token, so we made a deal that we're gonna give them, the 5 billions, so that they can release as many books as they want. I don't know. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing is unveiling plans for dedicated Stuff.io Layer 2 and decentralized media storage solution. So first of all, the Layer 2. This is something that they talked about quite often, but they hinted more at Midgard on Cardano. It's no secret that Cardano is expensive for NFTs because you have this minimum ADA that needs to be attached to the NFT, or actually any token. So if you do a giveaway with 5,000 copies like AI for Dummies, if that was on Cardano, then it's $5,000 giveaway with current prices, more or less. That's why they do it on Base, because it's worth nothing. So they already said that giveaways we cannot do on Cardano on Layer 1. We wait for Layer 2, Midgard. In the meantime, we use Base. But now they flipped the narrative by saying, actually, we're going to do our own Layer 2. This is not unheard of. I believe, not super confident about that, but I believe World Mobile is doing that on Base. But in that case, a Layer 3, because Base is already Layer 2, something like that. But anyway, creating their own blockchain. So, I'm not super well versed in Layer 2s, so I just asked, Grok on X. I told it about the announcement and, give me some information about Layer 2s and why stuff would require it. So basically, it's a lot of transaction, meeting, transferring, trading, and Grok is biased with Ethereum, but hey, whatever. But yeah, it's still true that a Layer 2 will be cheaper, more scalable, faster, so more cost efficient. And speed, is something we're talking about, like, hey, when you buy your book and you have the reveal, actually you cannot look at your book because it didn't come to your wallet yet. So they're building some kind of preview functionality to alleviate that, but actually you could think, hey, if they had their own Layer 2, then it might be much faster. And the thing I'm really not sure about is, will this layer 2 be decentralized? Does it even matter? The feeling I get, I have no insider information. Feeling I get is that, hey, Cardano is not scalable. And we want to do specific things. Like, he talks about complex smart contracts that, yeah, you can have stuff with royalties, licensing, fractional ownership that maybe are easier to build on your own system. And basically they're gonna build, yeah, the system that works for them, but does it need to be decentralized? I'm not sure. I mean, ideally, yes, because we're talking about books we don't want to burn and censor and everything. But from their perspective, you know, the layer 2 can be, can do its thing like a centralized database for the normies, basically. That's the idea I have. That people will be like, hey, I buy my book, I buy my video, credit card, whatever, I access it right away. It lives on this layer 2 blockchain. But then if I want to get into the crypto mode and take ownership, copy my seed phrase and sell my stuff outside the marketplace, the book.io marketplace, then I can bridge everything to layer 1, maybe Cardano, maybe something else, and then I do my stuff there. I think that may be one of the reasons why they're doing it, that to be a closed ecosystem for normies, which makes a lot of sense, because then they can build their own marketplace. I mean, they could do it on Cardano or wherever else, but they have full control on it, over it, how it works. Not sure if it even needs to be a blockchain somehow, if it's centralized. Not sure how those work. But yeah, that's how I envision it. Now, there's another path, which could also happen, is that if we look back, we have the OG book club, and now we have the ambassador program. So they really try to involve the community in their development. So we could see a world where we say, hey, we have our own layer 2, and you can become a validator and help us decentralize the layer 2. And something that is very important here is that this layer 2 and decentralized media storage solution, both powered by Stuff. So the way you have to think about it is that Stuff is now a layer 2 token, or will be a layer 2 token, a DePIN token as well, and a consume to earn /media token, ecosystem token, if I can say it like this. So the scope, the scale is much bigger, much complex. We're gonna be in the Stuff blockchain and paying transactions in Stuff, I guess. And then, I don't know, maybe we bridge it back to Cardano to do something if we need to. Not sure. But kind of crazy to think of it that way, that now Stuff is on blockchain and we'll use Stuff for everything, trading, maybe governance. We're talking about a DAO for consume to earn in the past, like a DAO that would decide, hey, what we do with it, with the let's call it the treasury of tokens. So maybe there'll be governance in the Stuff blockchain using Stuff. Who knows? But it just I insist on that point. They're creating a blockchain. So either it's very centralized and it's just some IT stuff, just a fast database, let's call it, that is specific for that purpose, and it works super fast, it's super cheap, and super cool for the normies. Or they go the decentralization way and they involve the community with validators, so they'll need to what will be the requirements? Can you become a Stuff validator with just a normal computer? Do you need a big machine? Do you need to be connected to the internet all the time, or will it be more lenient? Or will it be like, hey, you know what, you have the app, like the book app, the Stuff app on your phone, and this is a node, and you're decentralizing the network. As you read and everything, you actually work in the background to help the blockchain. So as long as users are online, the blockchain is live. I don't know. But just to show you how deep it's gonna get. And I admit I'm a bit concerned because will it be more than they can chew? The question. They have awesome technical people, like the CTO Guillermo. He knows Cardano super well. And they have other people more in the background, but also building everything, also on EVM side. So, they have the skills, but how long is it gonna take? How much money? Will we get nothing until they build the layer 2? Or have they been working on it a long time and actually they're gonna announce it and hey, we're already there? So many questions. So just to come back to what Grok was saying, another thing that is cool, the layer 2s, you can do cross-chain communication. So we could imagine a layer 2, I guess on EVM side. So then they can do what they wanted to do on Ethereum. Algorand, I guess, is EVM as well, not sure. So maybe instead of being cross-chain, they have their own chain. Instead of being multi-chain, they have their own chain that can communicate with any other one. But well, if you have a bridge in general, it's, it can become a point of failure, so not ideal. What else did I ask? Oh yeah, question, what will happen to NFTs which are on the layer 1? Because my assumption is that, hey, if they do the layer 2, the Stuff blockchain, then all the media tokens will be minted there. And then what? You mint them there, you have the marketplace there, everything happens there. Maybe the only bridge you need is, to have some stable coin somewhere. So I guess bridging to Cardano or something like this, or at least convert to ADA. But yeah, if everything is there, what happens with everything that was already minted? I guess it will still be compatible, can still access it. But yeah, curious about that. So yeah, here Grok talks about maybe you are forced to migrate to layer 2, or you can do both at the same time. You can deprecate the layer 1 NFTs. So yeah, different paths. I think coexistence is what's going to happen, because I cannot imagine the Gutenberg Bible not being on Cardano. Like bridge that to Stuff chain? No. No. It stays where it is. So yeah, that was one of my thoughts about this blockchain. Just to go to CoinGecko, this is the index, let's call it, of layer 2 chains. So you can see market caps. The big ones like Polygon, we are in the billions. Arbitrum is Ethereum based. Optimism as well, I guess. Immutable, this is the gaming layer 2. And it looks like it's not a good day for crypto in general today. But generally speaking, you see some quite big valuations. What if I take the... this here we are really very far away in the thousands. But yeah, let's take, I don't know, a random one. I want to be around 1,000. Okay, Miria, 28 million market cap. How much is Stuff market cap? 11 million. So yeah, 2x basically. 2x, but then we slash that in half. So the supply in half, because we burn, consume to earn. So market cap becomes 4x actually. Don't just tokenomics, but it's just to have an idea of, you can see a shit ton of layer 2s. Not sure what this is. So yeah, it's nothing crazy that Stuff will have their own. They have their own token which already exists. So basically they're adding utility to the token. And I hope giving us a chance to participate in the ecosystem. Now, I guess the difference with those tokens we see here, maybe not Koti, is that if I take Polygon, okay, Polygon, we use Matic on the network and so on. but you have, I think, 900 dApps on Polygon. So it's an actual ecosystem, an actual blockchain. The Stuff blockchain, will people build dApp on it? I'm not sure. Now, I believe the marketplace will be on the Stuff blockchain. It's just a hunch. I just think it makes sense because Stuff blockchain will be where the normies do everything. That's how I see it. So we have the marketplace, but then the same way they're gonna do like decentralized e-reader, like letting other people use it, like libraries. We're talking about that libraries. They want to have their own e-reader branded like the library. So you could imagine that, hey, the top 5 publisher, when they sell their books, they're not gonna send you to Amazon anymore. They're gonna create their own marketplace, and it's gonna be on the Stuff blockchain. I guess that's the kind of other dApps. I mean, dApps. It's not the app, it's just an app. It's just an app that we may see. I'm not sure what else, unless some people come up with other ideas. But yeah, so I don't see the Stuff blockchain as an actual ecosystem. I just see it as a fancy database that is scalable, super cheap, super fast to handle those millions of users that they expect. So I understand the business choice. Now I'm curious how it's going to look like on the technical side, and if users like us will have an opportunity to join. Imagine if they do something like, hey, you want to join? You need a Gutenberg Bible, or you need X thousands of Stuff tokens. And now suddenly those people like us who bought 2 years ago, we have this free pass to participate in the blockchain. I'm curious about opportunities. If we do have, let's say, 1 million users and they buy, let's say, 1 media per month, it's conservative, divide that by 30, it's 30,000. I mean, 33,000 transactions per day. I mean, fees will be cheap, I guess, but hey, if you have a lot of volume, maybe it could be interesting to be a participant in that blockchain. Whew, okay, last point, decentralized media storage solution. Here, like, makes sense because hey, they're using IPFS, they need to pin everything, and it seems time consuming, and I guess they have to pay for it, so it's not ideal. But hey, we have Yagon. I mean, and I know Filecoin are with Walrus. I'm joking, of course, don't touch this on Solana. So I mean, there are already solutions and they're specialized into that and are quite advanced. You know, the product is available already on some of them. So why create your own? That, not sure if I misunderstand the tweet or not. So here I have some doubts. I need clarification. But let's take Yagon as an example. So imagine Stuff, they do their own decentralized media storage. As I said, maybe you run the app and that's enough. You are caching the files, as you decrypt them to read them and consume the media. So might as well share that with the rest of the community. So that would be, I think, the ideal scenario. But so let's imagine, okay, they have their own DePIN solution and they want people to participate. So let's look at Yagon. How do they do it? So here, basically, anyone can join Yagon. They just need a computer and being able to connect to the internet. And what I really like with them is that for reward payments, they use stablecoins. Not IAG token, but stablecoins. This is important because when you run such infrastructure, that your computer needs to be on all the time, connected to the internet all the time, with a good internet connection, with a lot of storage, ideally. Your costs, they are not in IAG token or ADA, they are in fiat. So it's important to get this revenue stream in the same currency, so you don't have some volatility in there. So this is super cool, I think. And then on top of that, they give IAG tokens. Then they explain that, hey, the rewards depends on demand and supply, on your uptime. You have some network commission that each time there is a payment, so they take something for themselves. And then I guess what they call performance and so on. So if you want to participate in Yagon, you need a computer, good internet connection, and I believe you have to stake a good amount of IAG tokens. So now let's imagine Stuff does the same thing. Will they pay us in stable coins? I sure hope so, but not convinced. For me, I feel like it's just easier to give Stuff tokens that you have a huge allocation, that you have somewhere, and just use that. So not sure if people will be super hyped about it. So here I'm a bit more doubtful about this when already solutions exist. And I mean, it says that to be powered by Stuff, so both of them, and sustained through ongoing product sales. This, I have a lot of faith in that, because I have a lot of faith in the business model of Stuff. I fully believe they'll get their 1 million users this year. And, maybe it's going to take a few years or whatever, but to get even more people and kind of start competing with Kindle and Netflix and whatever. But the business model or the value proposition is awesome. You own your stuff, you can trade it, make money. If they have their Stuff blockchain that you go and you can sell, is the thing that I was thinking about. Like at the moment, if you have an NFT, you want to sell it, you go to JPEG store, and ideally there is a collection offer waiting and you can swap. But I'm wondering if there is a world where in the Stuff blockchain / marketplace, they use a bunch of the Stuff tokens they already have for that, kind of a liquidity pool for NFTs. So that you don't need to wait for another user to buy from you and put a collection offer, but it's just there. And I mean, you're gonna tell me, okay, but how not to deplete the pool? I don't know. I haven't thought that far. I'm not sure if it's even possible, but I just had this idea. I'm a normie. Someone tells me, hey, you own your stuff, you can sell it. Oh, okay, great. Okay, I have the marketplace, I can put my price. But if we go back to the Stuff app, you can see there is a sell button. And if that could be instant, it would be awesome. Maybe at a huge discount. Maybe at 10% the price you bought it, doesn't matter. But you could have the ability to get rid of it very fast and get rewards from the pool, or just a normal offer out there. But I think this instant selling would be very important for normies. I buy a lot of books, and okay, I get some money back. I don't think people who buy a book to read a book, selling it, once they are done, is bonus. At the moment, they cannot do it at all. So if they get just 10% cash back, it's cool. I know people who read multiple books per week. So let's say they read 20 per month. So if they get 10% every time, then they can buy 2 more books for free. So I think this would be really cool. And so that is all I had to say. Long, one take, one shot video. But yeah, big announcement. What we know is that consume to earn, hasta la vista, structured burn, what does it mean? I don't know. So we'll get to learn more next week. Stuff blockchain, I think it's needed because they cannot wait for Midgard. I think that's the message. They cannot wait for Midgard, so they're gonna do their own thing. Or I believe Midgard can be used by anyone. It's like a template that you can copy and adapt for you. So maybe they're gonna do that. But it's definitely needed. If they want to scale, they cannot pay Cardano transaction fees. It just doesn't work. So this I fully understand, and it's something that, okay, I accept. If it's centralized, not a fan, but Stuff is a business. So as long as I can bridge out to a layer 1 where it is decentralized and I can do what I want with my stuff, that's the most important. And then still they need to decentralize the e-reader. Now, they do have a decentralized media storage solution, which is more important than decentralizing the stuff layer 2, because if they go down, I still want to be able to access my content, yeah? And this, I think, like the layer 2 and the DePIN solution, in both cases, we may get a chance to be involved as participants and get rewarded. And the best is that it's not gonna come, the rewards are not gonna come from those 5 billion tokens that were put aside. It's gonna come from tokens they buy from the market with what they do, the portion of the sales. And they're gonna sell millions of stuff. Not stuff in the sense, media pieces, yeah, media tokens. So it looks like a huge economy, basically, that's gonna happen. And I feel like, wow, if you can position yourself in there, maybe there is some potential. Something to analyze, really. I'm not on Yagon because I don't want to leave my computer on all day and so on. But if Step does it, I could. I would be happy. I applied to be an ambassador. I love stuff. Obviously, I make videos almost every week. And yeah, if I could get more involved and then get rewarded for it and make money, because we want the money, that would be cool. That would be cool. And the fact that they use a portion of the sales means that there is always a buyer of the token, and it's stuff themselves, and they're gonna burn a portion of that. What are they gonna do with the other part is consume to earn. So curious to see what the users will do with what they earn. But yeah, they still need to build all those use cases. But long story short, layer 2 blockchain, DePIN, I think this will enable the marketplace this year as well. Stuff like lending, renting, media. Because hey, if it's the layer 2, no, layer 2 doesn't need to be permissionless. It can be permission. They can decide everything. So it's like being on eBay or whatever, or Kindle. Okay, they decide everything. So we lose a bit of this crypto, values, I would say, in a sense. But then it's going to be a well-oiled machine. And then as long as we can bridge back to layer 1, for me, it's no problem. Just curious, which layer 1? I remember Token Joking put on Discord like a poll asking people, hey, would it be Cardano or something else? I was the only one, I think, voting for something else. I have no insider information. I know they love Cardano, they have the stake pool there. Guillermo has his own stake pool. There are Mithril signers as well. They got Catalyst, so they are super involved. I just feel like, is there any layer 2 on Cardano at the moment? I don't know. So all those questions should be answered next week because they plan to do a space on Discord with the OGs. Will they really do it on Discord or on X? I don't know. I would love for it to be Discord, but the impact will be bigger on X. So it depends if I want to give the alpha to the OGs or not. Wouldn't be the first time. We had OG only AMAs before. So yeah, this is the end of a very long video to speculate. I wonder, what are your thoughts? Is it a good thing that burning half the supply, using a portion of the sales to buy back and burn the token? What about the stuff blockchain? Good, bad, centralized, decentralized? What are your thoughts? And the DePIN, should they do their own thing when you already have Yagon and others? What are your thoughts? Please like, share, comment, and I'll be very happy to not see you next week because I probably won't have time, but we'll see. Maybe next Sunday I'll release something if they drop the big news, like a video like this, one shot to comment. Okay, let's leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching all the way. Take care and see you next time.